So yeah, I'm just going to talk briefly. So I'm a third year student. I've just finished my dissertation and everything, and but so I started a few years ago now. But so it was actually technically under probably better circumstances, well, definitely, than what's currently taking place. But my kind of story reflects that we all have this ideal of certainty, and we need to know exactly what we're doing when we go into a degree, and it needs to be the right choice, and all these ideas that we have that are quite overwhelming and like kind of make you've got that self-doubt of, is that decision necessarily for me and things. And it's kind of, my experience kind of reflects that if you are one of those people who is very uncertain and doesn't quite know exactly what they're doing when they're going into the degree, that's fine, and there's changes that can be made. You can work with people from the department to have discussions and talk about what is right for you. So so I joined. I actually had a year out before I started my degree, and I was like, that will make me more certain, because that's one of the ideas that gets thrown around as well, that if you're unsure, then like take a year out and then you'll be more sure. But realistically, like maybe for some people there is never the perfect kind of time. So I did that, and that kind of just filled me with more uncertainty. So I originally applied to do film and English literature, but by the time I was getting to university, all I was certain of was that I really wanted to go to university, but I knew that that wasn't the course for me. I was like, I need to have some more experience. I knew the type of things I was interested in, and that I was really passionate about writing and wanting to pursue academia, but I was like, oh, I don't know where to really go from here. And when I started university, I started making changes like pretty much straight away. So as you probably know, you get to pick different modules in your first year of your degree to make up the correct amount of credits. So I changed to doing multiple things, and in the first few weeks this is something that you can do. I'm not necessarily recommending it, but I mean, it was a learning process. So I changed to doing geography, sociology, and English literature. I changed to sociology and English literature, taking multiple sociology modules. I completely dropped film because I realized that's like not for me at all. And so yeah, and then I did my first year of my degree, and I felt pretty comfortable with where I was going. And then it came to second year, like picking the modules for moving into second year, and sociology and English literature, I was interested in both of them, but that's not a conventional degree that you can take as a joint major. So I went to the department and I asked, is that something I could possibly kind of stick together? And the head of admin was like, yeah, of course, yeah, we'll sort that out. So I kind of worked between both departments, and when I was coming to my third year, from having a career mentor and doing bits of work experience and picking up volunteering opportunities and stuff, which are kind of everywhere at university. There's a lot of good opportunities relating to that. I've figured out that I was like, well, English literature from my career path of what I want to do is not really helping me that much. So I inquired about moving the modules so that I could take all sociology in my third year, and I would have a sociology degree. But if you looked at my transcript, I would have a minor in English literature. And that's what I've done. So now I've just finished my dissertation and everything. I took a placement dissertation, so I'm currently arranging doing an online presentation of my research findings for the placement later this month. But they're a public health department, so they're obviously kind of dealing with the front line of the pandemic, and my research at the minute, is kind of more on the back burner of what they're interested in. But couldn't anticipate for that. But so kind of my point really is that uncertainty, I feel like for me personally, it related to experience and needing to discover more about myself whilst at university. I think people have this ideal, for some people that is how they work, that they know and they're very certain and that they've stuck to a plan and that's it. But for other people, it is a learning experience of coming into certainty that there was no other way. I always knew I am that type of person who is someone who is never fixed on a decision, and I'm, you know, an overthinker and all those things. So it was great that the university provided me with the opportunity to navigate those things, and yeah. I hope that's helpful to anyone who's kind of similar, has a similar disposition. Yeah.